Want help to grow your business? Download Bryn, the world's first business advisor in your pocket. To find out more, visit bryn.ai or search the App Store today.
Hello, my name is Sam Cawthorn and welcome to another awesome episode of Industry Authority, where we teach you how to become an authority of your space. Whether you're an expert, whether you're a thought leader, whether you have a product, a service, or a system or a message, how can you stand out from the noise and become the authority of your space? As you can see, I've only got one arm, and I tell this story all the time. I basically had a car accident. It was my fault. I veered over the other side of the road, and it was a 206-kilometre head-on collision with a semi-trailer truck. My arm was ripped off in the accident. I also wrecked my leg. And it was quite interesting, though, my entire rehabilitation, because instead of going back to that same job, I actually started to tell my story. And before you knew it, I was actually now spoken in 36 countries, released 6 books, and today here I'm teaching you and how I did it. What did I need to do to become an industry authority in my area of expertise? And what did I do to maximize every single opportunity? And as of today, I'm now a professional speaker. So I'm now going to teach you how to become a professional speaker, because I believe in most cases, the pinnacle of being an industry authority is when you start getting asked to present. When you start getting asked to present at some of the biggest conferences or platforms in the world. So this particular episode today is this: how to maximize every inquiry to win speaking engagements. Now, I'll just let you guys know, as an international professional speaker, I now will not get up on stage unless it's for under $5,000 to $6,000 for a 1-hour keynote presentation. I've had many $10,000 keynote speaking engagements, and my highest is $25,000 for a 1-hour keynote presentation. So I'm not only from a financial point of view is speaking very lucrative, but also from a positional point of view, from a platform point of view, because when you're on stage, the feeling and the adrenaline that you have in sharing a message to 100, 200, 1,000, even 20,000 people on stage is a great feeling, knowing that your message is being heard. And so nowadays I have inquiries coming in from left, right and center, whether it's from event managers or speaker bureaus saying, Sam, can you please come and present at our conferences? So I've actually also got a guest speaker as well that'll be coming along and sharing with you a little bit more about her experience as a full-time event manager, and actually what she's noticed, particularly when it does come to professional speaking, the do's and the don'ts for speakers. But before I introduce her up, I wanted to showcase to you some questions that I always ask if I'm ever being asked to do a speaking engagement. So this is a questionnaire for pre-event strategy. So the first one is this, what is the theme for the event? One thing I've found is that most events, most conferences do have a theme. And so what do I need to do in order to tailor my message or my product or my services to that particular theme of the event? And I always must do that. That way I'm being congruent with them, and that way I'm actually represent them in a better light. And if I do that, then I actually then get ongoing opportunities as well. The second one is the demographics of the audience. One thing I've found is that all your audience are going to be different, whether it's age, whether it's sex, whether it's their position, whether or not they're family, whether or not they're professionals, whether or not they're accountants, or if they're truck drivers. You're going to get, my audience are always going to be very different. So if I'm ever on the phone to a person saying, hey, look, Sam, can you come and speak? I'm always asking these questions. What's the theme of the event? What is the demographics of the audience? Are they male, female? What is the average age? Is it 25 or is it more like 45? Are they family people? Are they professionals? Have they got qualifications, and so on and so forth? Another question I ask a lot is, what does the last 6 to 18 months look like? This way it gives me more of a perspective of the atmosphere and the way that people walk into the room. Has it been frustrating? Have they had a downturn? Have there been issues, etc.? Or maybe it's been an amazing 6 to 8 months and now they're looking forward to, what's possible in the future? What is the mindset of the audience when they are walking in the room? And then the next one here is, what's the next 6 to 18 months? Are they going through significant changes? What's the frustration that maybe they're going through a downturn, maybe they're going through an acquisition or a merger, or whatever? What is the next 6 to 18 months, and how can my message be relevant to that as well? The next one here is what various program is actually on the agenda? Am I a keynoter in the main area, or am I actually doing a workshop, or maybe I'm the MC or whatever that might be? The next one is the previous speakers that they've absolutely loved. So I'll ask the question, hey guys, in this particular event, you've been running this now as an annual conference. What are some speakers that you've absolutely loved? What has worked well and what hasn't worked well? That way it gives me an idea of the audience are more after storytelling to remember, or if they're after process or systems or more of a key takeaways from it. The next one is who is introducing me, who is the MC, and how can I get through to them my introduction? In one of our other episodes, guys, we were talking about the speaker's kit and what exactly is involved in the speaker's kit. But this is more about how can I make a connection with that particular MC in order for them to represent me in the best possible light. Next one is AV. Tell me more about the seating in front. Do I have a lapel, or is it a handheld, or is it a head mic? Can I use my laptop on stage, or will I have a clicker, or whatever that might be? It is so important for you to really truly know exactly how the room is going to be set out and all your own AV requirements. The next one is transport. So transport and logistics. So this is all about, how you want to fly there. Is there a car to pick you up at the airport? What room is it in? When I first come in the hotel, who do I meet? And so on and so forth. So all the logistics and transport of that particular event. The next one is numbers. How many people are going to be in the room? That way, if I've got handouts, I can make sure they're all available, or that way I can actually prepare myself for a larger room rather than a smaller room, or a smaller room rather than a larger room. So I'm always asking numbers. The next one is invoice and payments. And for me as a professional speaker, I always ask for 50% up front. So if they want to lock in something in my diary, they need to pay 50% up front. One thing I have found is that if someone's locking something in my diary and then I get another opportunity on that same date, but this client's already taken it, and then before you know it, this client here says, oh, by the way, we now no longer need you. I've missed out on this other opportunity because this client has locked this into my diary. So nowadays I say you do not lock anything at all in my diary until such time as I do have until such time as I do have a 50% down payment on that particular engagement. And then the last thing I always ask every single one of my clients is this: is there one thing? Is there one specific takeaway that you want all the audience to walk away with? If there's one thing that you want them to be thinking about, motivated towards, talking about at the dinner table that night, still implementing 3 months after I've been there. If there's one thing that you wanted the entire audience to get from my message, what would that one thing be? One thing I found is the more that I really truly understand the client and the audience, the more that they will totally cater for my needs, the more value I'm giving, and the more that they would want to book me again as a professional keynoter or a speaker at their particular conference. So guys, this is actually questionnaires of everything in order for for your pre-event strategy and maximizing every single inquiry that comes along. Guys, I now would like to introduce through to you Amy Savage. Now, I've been working with Amy for the last 2 to 3 years, actually even longer than that. And initially, she was an event manager for quite a large multi-level marketing company. Since then, now she's actually been part of our team. So Amy oversees up to 10 events every month, whether it's from a 1-day event all the way up to 3-day conferences. And Amy now deals with a lot of industry authorities as speakers. And one thing that she has found is what not to do and what to do when it does come to a speaker and engaging the event industry space. So right now, I want to introduce through to you Amy Savage.
Hello everybody and welcome. I'm so thrilled to be here presenting to you and being a part of the Industry Authority show here with Sam Cawthorn. As he has mentioned, my name's Amy Savage and I work very closely with him to execute a number of events each month to train professional speakers and make sure that people's messages are getting out into the world and on stages where they really need to be heard. So I've got a presentation for you today and it's a little bit funny and it's a bit of a play on words. So it's how to lose a gig in 10 ways. You may be familiar with the film, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, and I can guarantee it's got nothing to do with that, but it is a bit of a do and a don't when it comes to getting speaking engagements and being booked and rebooked by event managers, PCOs, which are professional conference organisers, and anyone in general who is going to be paying your checks and putting you on their stage. So I just want to explain that the event industry as a whole is a very cliquey industry. And now you can consider any industry to be the same. And this is applicable no matter what, whether you're a builder or you're a lawyer. But for me, as an event manager, I'm going to events all the time.
To continue enjoying this presentation, download Bryn, the world's first business advisor in your pocket. To find out more, visit bryn.ai or search the App Store today.